Keep that energy going for you. Next to me, the very funny Super Trucker Tim! Hey, guys. How's everybody doing? Oh, man, I just got back from 13 hours of bringing you guys your crap you order online. Not always in the best condition. I'm sorry about that. I do a bang-up job. I get you guys your stuff. You know, but there is a good side to it. It's not always by accident. For example, how many of you guys have been to Lowe's or Home Depot and you guys see you guys see damaged appliances, right? They're marked down sometimes from $1,000 clear down to $400. Well, my question to you is, who has two thumbs and gets you guys those things marked down? Discount guy, huh? I do that for you guys. Like sometimes I'll get an appliance, not a mark on it, right? And nobody's looking. Bam! I'll put a kick in the side of it just to get it marked down for some of you guys. You know, for example, sir, do you want a refrigerator? What color you want, sir?
I'm an Uber Eats guy, but I'll take any color you can get me as long as it's dented.
You don't want to pay $1,000 though, right? No. $400 sound good? You know, being a trucker too, one of the parts is we run into a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life. And I'm surprised at how many people I run into that claim to be devil worshippers, like Satanists, you know. Well, I got one question for you if you make that statement to me. Do you work at the DMV? Because if you say no, you're a rank amateur, sir. You don't even know who he is. All I gotta say is, you want to meet the devil? Go down to the DMV. His office is in the back somewhere, guaranteed. Now, you guys, you're all familiar with the wait when you go into the DMV with a Class C license. Now, triple that if you have a Class A license. You're gonna be there all day. You're gonna be there so long that you start forming relationships with the people in the waiting room, like on that show Lost. Right? You start learning things about people intimately, right? Forming relationships. It's crazy. Then when you complain to the lady at the counter, all she does is she gets on the loud phone and says, yes, Mr. Beelzebub, number 92 is complaining. You don't even have a name anymore. All you are is a number. That's it. You don't matter. If you get the most bitter, miserable DMV workers, right, that are bitter because they failed in every aspect of life, now they'll suggest that you become a scale master. And the scale masters are these little stations up on the freeways just to give us CDL guys a hard time. And they call them commercial enforcement officers, right? And these guys are horrible. They're the worst. You know, we meet a lot of people, trucking guys, and you wouldn't believe how many people I meet that claim to be devil worshippers. Okay, well, you say that to me, I'm going to ask you one question. Do you work at the DMV? And if you say no, I'm going to call you a rank amateur. Because if you want to meet the devil, go to the DMV. His office is back there somewhere. And if you complain at the DMV, they're going to say over the loudspeaker, number 96 has a complaint. They take your name. Wait, you're not even a name. All you are is a number, man. And if you think you got to wait in the DMV with a Class C license for service, yeah, triple or quadruple that if you're a Class A driver. You're going to be there so long, it's like being on that island movie, that movie about that island Lost. You know, where you start forming relationships with the people in the waiting room. You're going to be there so long and getting to know all their backgrounds. And I've seen movies before, guys, where people are stranded like that somewhere, and then your number gets called. And then they take you to the island, you know. Have you guys seen that movie? They take you to the island when your number is called. Now, this is like the good island. And really, they're just taking you off to be killed, which is what's going to happen to you when you get up there. They're going to rake you over the coals somehow. And, you know, it's just like these guys are so good at sloth and pissing people off. They must have special training. The DMV must have special educational videos on how to be jerk-offs. But if you're bitter in life and you failed at on every level of life that there is, and you're hateful, the DMV is going to catch on to that real quick, and they're going to recommend you to be a scale master. And they're going to teach you how to take out all that hate and bitterness out on truckers. And the scales are like ways for the DMV to reach out and touch you out on the freeways, you know, with their bitterness and stupidity and hatred. The DMV asks all these super vague questions. They could be any of the answers. Your chances of winning at the DMV with their hour-and-a-half lunch break when they take off, and you knowing when to be there and what questions to answer, you got better chances at a casino. Your chances at the casino at least are 20% on scheduled payouts. But with the DMV, you just don't know. And then when you get there and you went through all the hassle at the end of it, then they stick that knife in your heart that goes, they'll say, you could have done all this online, right? So here's what they did at the DMV to me, guys, is, we've got to get fingerprinted and, to carry hazmat, which is dangerous chemicals, or it could be a lot of different things, solids, liquids, gases, all sorts of hazardous materials. That's called hazmat, and that's what we carry, and we work placards and do all the packaging and everything. Anyway, we've got to be fingerprinted in a database for that to be able to haul hazmat, and it takes a lot of work to get that. And so anyway, guys, I had it for years, got fingerprinted, did all the work, and then the DMV can't find it. They can't find it. So they send me, rather than do anything else, they send me a threatening letter. We will retract your license. We'll take away your license if you don't get this fingerprinting info here. And we will... And basically, I can't work, right? So that's what they do. They throw down on you, and so I had to go down to the DMV, get it straightened out. They couldn't find it, so I had to take hazmat off just to continue to work. So I go down to the DMV to get it figured out. The jackasses pushed the wrong button on the computer. It was there the whole time. The idiots could not figure it out. So what happens? Now I have to retake the test. These people are so dumb. So, all right, guys, so I retake the test, right? I read the whole thing all the way through, and I've been doing hazmat for years, and I could not pass it because the questions were so vague and didn't even match up to what was in the book. So basically, they've got it set up to where you need to take the test 3 or 4 times so you memorize the questions and understand A or B to what question, because they're that vague. They're that stupid. And so they just got to set it up so you got to spend more money. So I don't get hazmat now. I did all the work, but I don't need it at this job, but it's something I worked for, something I should have. But if they're going to threaten to end my employment, which is what they have the power to, and they can't get punished in any way. And that's why I have extreme hatred for the DMV. Another problem I have is with the scale masters. I had a piece of trim on the back of my truck and my trailer. It was all of about 8 pounds, and I had a strap on each end of it. The scale master measures it. It was over 10 feet, so it needed 3 straps for an 8-pound piece of metal or whatever it was. Wasn't going anywhere. He decides to ticket me $300. Going to see the judge, told the judge what happened. She didn't care one way or the other. She just wanted that money. So I got stuck with the fine, and that's why I have a problem with the DMV and the extended DMV, which is the scales.